All right, Rupper, you're not in here, but we're getting everyone else out. It's players only. We get the coaches out. We get the trainers out. The fellas just get in here and have a nice chat. So we'll pretend we're all in the same room for a minute, and we'll welcome Gustav Forsling to the players only chat here. How you doing, bud?
Good. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. You guys are on the road, right?
Yeah, we just got into Raleigh.
Oh man, Dallas to Raleigh. Tough travel day. Appreciate you joining us. We got a little quote here from Aaron Ekblad. We're going to start you off with that, if you don't mind. He's got the speed, strength, and the mind. Those three things together are lethal in this league. He can also throw around a guy that's 250 pounds if he wanted to. I know he could. I've seen him with the shirt off. It's why we keep our wives away from Gustav. Can you explain that?
No, but no, it's I try to stay in good shape, and I think he's a little jealous.
He's definitely jealous.
Yeah, well, we got a picture, so I'd be jealous too. Or I'm jealous. What do we got? Right there, look at this.
Wow, it's so strong.
Yeah, no wonder you could throw around 250-pound guys.
That's good.
Yeah,
Hey,
jeez.
What you talk about playing there, and you know what? I find it really interesting when I love going back to how guys get to the National Hockey League, and it's not always puppies and rainbows for guys. You got to go through some adversity, and you certainly did that. But I remember talking to guys when you were down there in Florida, and Joe Quenneville was a huge fan of yours, and a big reason why you're down there in Florida. And can you talk about like what he meant, or any of these other coaches that really helped you learn what it was like and needed to be like to play in the National Hockey League? Because the way the path you took, and then to what you are right now, it's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, for sure. Joel was a big reason why I got to Florida. I had him 3 years in Chicago, and then I think he knew what I was capable of. I was very young in Chicago when I played there, but he saw what I could do. So he was a big part of it, and very grateful. And even Ulf Samuelsson was assistant coach in Chicago with him too. He was in Florida when I got there too. So that helped a lot, and I knew how he wanted a D-man to play when I got to Florida. So that helped a lot coming in there.
Gus, I had a teammate of mine actually on a few different teams. One of my favorite teammates ever was Anton Strålman. He's a Swedish defenseman. He had gone through waivers at a younger age and trying to become an NHL player, and then he took off. It's similar to me. Do you know Anton? Do you sort of agree with what I'm thinking, the parallels between you? He actually played in Florida as well, but do you know Anton Strålman? Have you crossed paths with him at all?
Yeah, absolutely. When I got there, he was there, and one of the guys who really helped me get my game in the right place. He's a veteran, so obviously he's Swedish too, so that helps. You have a good conversation with him, and just an overall nice guy, down to earth, and really helped me there.
It's funny though, because we're joking around at the top, obviously with Eki and what he's saying there, and but what you take from that is you do everything really well. And what was like what was the thing that you were the foundation of your game when you turned pro, and then where was that, and then what things did you work on to become well-rounded? Because now you're talking, you're a great plus-minus guy, good, you defend well. I remember, I think it was even last year, you guys there in Florida had, I think, 4 of the top 8 defensemen in the National Hockey League with shot volume and getting shots to the net. So, where did your game start coming into the pro ranks, and what things did you work on?
I think as a D-man coming into this league, it's very hard. And especially I came from Sweden, so I didn't know that much really about the game over here, and so it was a big learning experience. From Sweden you have maybe 2 games a week, and coming here you got 3-4 games every week, and it's a lot of mental, I would say. mentally I wasn't really ready to play that many games, and even the confidence. When I got to Chicago my first year, we had guys like Kane and Tace and Duncan Keith and Brett Seabrook. That was guys I was growing up watching. So when I think I got there, I got a little starstruck. Maybe didn't think I could play with those guys. So I think it was a big learning experience coming in there.
Well, the run you guys went last year and sort of your role on the team last year and this year really is starting to make you more of a household name. Now, with the news of international play coming back, best on best, are you excited about that? Is that a goal of yours to maybe be sort of representing your country? I mean, obviously, I expect it to be.
Absolutely. That would be an honor. I think everyone's very excited about it, and yeah, that would be a very cool experience and something I would really want to do.
What's when we go back to your Swedish roots, like who's the guys you're growing up watching? I mean, I'd have to assume we're going to be hearing Nick Lidstrom's name come out of your mouth, or it just seems like it's always forwards. It's always Peter Forsberg. Defenseman, it's Lidstrom. Goalies, it's Hank Lundqvist. You got anybody else there? Like, who are some of the guys you really watched growing up?
Yeah, for sure Lidstrom, but also a guy like, I don't know if you Magnus Johansson. He actually played I think 2 seasons in the NHL, but he was a guy in my hometown playing. He actually played in Florida and Chicago. And then a guy like Nick Hjalmarsson, I watched a lot with him in Chicago there. So he's someone who I really looked up to.
Oh, I hated playing against Nick Hjalmarsson.
He was the worst.
That guy was so good at what he did. He might have been the best ever, like, just pain in the butt defenseman, I think, of all time.
Hey, when you talk about, like, there's certain guys that are just made differently.
Yeah.
And I think of obviously he's American, but Ryan Lindgren is like a guy that he just takes lickings, defense, just keeps popping up. That's how Hjalmarsson was to me. Like, he blocked a million shots. He'd hit you. He'd be annoying to play against. You take runs at him. He just would never stop. I mean, Gus, is that something like I found in my career that the Swedes and the Finns, like, tough-nosed, gritty guys, right? Like, is that just something that's embedded through the childhood of playing over there in Sweden?
I don't know about the Finns, but yeah, Swedes for sure are very tough. But no, but I think we Swedes are tough and Finns too for sure. But it's just maybe something we have growing up, and just I don't know what it is, but overall I think. You see those guys like Nick Hjalmarsson, I don't know how many pucks he would eat every game and just still play next game. So that's someone that I really looked up to.
The pain tolerance is off the charts. I remember that. I remember that with Stralman as well. All right, let's get into congratulations on the 8-year deal. That's unbelievable. Must be fantastic for you and your family, and it's well deserved. Obviously, you like where you're at, because I think you could have got a little more if you left, but it's a great place to play. Now, all right, a couple things.
Sounds like my agent.
Hey, I'm with you. I would have done the same. When you know where you're at and you're in a good place, it's fantastic. So good for you, man. You buy anything yet? You get a nice purchase with the new ticket coming in?
No, nothing yet. Maybe after the year I'll get some. Yeah.
Hey, we're seeing you're big outdoorsman. You like fishing.
Yeah.
You do. Maybe.
I'm a big fisherman.
Yeah. Do you have any? Have you been on a big fishing trip, or you just been fishing in Sweden, down there in Florida, or where you at? And what do you like to fish?
Yeah, in Florida, it's mostly like deep sea fishing. So I'm more of a lake guy, but I'm starting to get into it more here in Florida. Ekblad is fishing a lot, so he took me out a couple of times, and it's pretty cool to get a big tuna and stuff like that. But I'm more of a lake guy, I would say.
Does Eki make you pull in the big fish? Because he already said how big and strong you are. Throwing the 250. He's like, he gets it over to you or what?
Yeah, but he's got the whole electric stuff, so he's
Oh, he's
you know,
cheating with the big
Yeah,
outriggers.
yeah.
He got
he's
into
rich,
that a few
so-
years ago when I was down there with him. He's still into it. He's still on that deep sea stuff. I can never do it. It made
Yeah.
me sick.
Yeah, yes.
I get seasick too easy. Are you on his airplanes? Isn't he flying around now?
Yeah, he's got a license and he's got an airplane, so he
Oh,
loves
wow.
loves fishing and flying airplane.
Hey, I got a funny story real quick. You know, we all know and how smooth Alex Kovalev is. I think it was Kobe's last year. I was in Pittsburgh. We traded for him, and I remember we are coming home from a road trip, and we had the next day off. And you know, we're on the plane playing cards, and Kobe kind of comes walking back, and he's like going up to each guy and talking to him, and he comes back and he says, "Hey, Rupper, you want to go to Atlantic City?" And I'm thinking from Pittsburgh, I'm like, it's going to take like four or 5 hours. I'm like, not really. On my day off, I don't want to be driving. He goes, no, as soon as we land, my plane's right next to us. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to fly there. He's like, we'll spend the night. We'll fly back for practice Monday morning. And I wish I would have said yes, man. What an experience that would have been. But we get down runway, get off. We're all going to our cars. Kobe goes the other way, gets in the plane, flies. Like, interesting guys. Like, I don't know if Eki's at that level yet, but you know, would you jump on a plane with Eki and go somewhere after a road trip?
I think I would actually. I trust him. He's my partner, so I gotta trust him though.
What about
Yeah, you
Victor
got
Hedman? He's flying, isn't he?
Yeah,
Swedes stick
I heard
together.
that, yeah.
Yeah, there won't be much room in the plane with Hetty though. I wouldn't be comfortable there. It's a big man. Takes up too much room.
Okay, I mean, I love Hetty. That's a no for me, dog. I ain't. No thanks. You got to be a professional. All right, we got some photos for you, maybe some clips. We have, this is the what were you thinking stage where we're going to show it for you and you're going to let us know at that moment what you were thinking. So here we go off the top. You remember this?
Oh yeah, that's my my first NHL goal. Nick Hjalmarsson got the assist. I don't know. I think I blacked out, to be honest. It was such an unreal experience. I think it felt like a dream almost. But you know, it's a goal I will always remember. You know.
Hey Gus, you always had that big shot.
Yeah, I think so. I think slap shot was something I always thought was cool. Growing up, you know, you start shooting slap shots, and that's something I always kept doing and something I got really good at.
I always got a little feeling, not always, but there were times, I mean, before my first goal, I had it. It was like a 3-second feeling before I got it. I had this feeling like something good was going to happen. I've never really asked anyone this, so it's a little risky asking it on live television, but did you get the feeling when the pass came across, you saw the lane, like this is the time, this is going in?
Yeah, I would say I feel the same thing. Like it almost
nice.
like slow-mo a little bit before, and it's pretty cool.
I
That
love
is
that.
sick.
Thank God you said yes. All right, next what do we got here? Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, that was coming out of the penalty box, and I think one of my only breakaways, and went backhand, which I've probably never scored a backhand goal ever, and probably never will. But that was
Shelf,
pretty
dude.
cool. Yeah.
That's
Hey,
the dream.
are you? You know what's funny? I think I'm seeing you do that there. Were you taking your mouth guard out? Are you a big like score goal mouth guard out immediately?
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's right away.
Hey,
every time.
A lot of guys do that. And the one I always think of is Crosby. Crosby
Right.
immediately, every goal, like it's almost like as the puck is crossing line, bang, mouth guards out. It's just funny. I watch you do that immediately right away. I'm gonna start watching you all the time when you score now. See if you do that.
It's kind of gross, though, no?
I mean,
Why?
I don't know. I don't even think about it. So
Yeah, we'll rinse it out. Awesome. Okay, next up. What do you got here?
Yeah, that's Toronto game 2, maybe.
We don't have a game.
I
I
think-
didn't get that information, but it is
I
Toronto.
think game
Playoff.
2. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
might be. Yeah, big goal in the playoffs. Just yeah.
That
Hey,
makes
what was
sense.
it like? What was it like being a Swedish guy? You know, I could only imagine, but every player that you talk to that gets the opportunity or even that stage that was set playing in Toronto in the playoffs, like that, it kind of feels like that's the center of the hockey world. You know, it feels good to go in there and beat those guys, right? Like that, how was that playing there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you've been watching Salming growing up, and you know, it's Toronto is a special place. So there's always a big atmosphere there. So it's cool.
That's awesome. I always remember playoff goals. That's the best. We got another one here. This seemed to be pretty. Oh, there we go. It's a little better than any playoff goal.
Yeah, that was let's see, almost 7 weeks ago now. Yeah, our baby Bo, our son. So it's amazing. You know, being a father now, it's something I always dreamed of, and you know, it's the best feeling in the world.
It's the
Oh, that's a
coolest thing
great
I've
pick,
ever
dude.
done.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
No, it's very different, and it's something you got to experience before. And you know, you can always imagine how it was gonna feel, but you can't even imagine like after you're doing it, going through that. It's been a journey, and I'm so happy everyone is doing well.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, you know what? It's B, you could probably you know, second this. It's you guys pretty much win every game you play right now, so maybe this hasn't happened to you, but there will be a point where it's like, you know, you're going through some bad times in hockey, and a lot of times that stuff consumes you. You go home, you see the smile, and you realize, like, on the radar of life, how little that was, right? Some good perspective.
yeah.
So happy for you. Congrats on being a dad there.
Thank you.
All right, I think we got one. I think we got one more, right? I got two more. Oh,
Yeah, that one that wasn't too long ago either. Overtime goal. Benny made a great pass, and yeah, another win.
Another win is right. That's all you guys
Another
do.
win, just chalking them up. I love it.
What's better than an OT winner, though?
I don't think it's anything. You can't really beat it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially for a D-man like me that doesn't score that much. It's a good feeling.
Like a
Hey,
one.
what were you
a
guys?
1T.
What were you guys doing when Kachuk got the? Where was that? Was that Carolina? He got the winner, and he just walked off the ice in the playoffs. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you
I
guys
actually
giving him
think
crap?
I think I jumped Bob, and he almost got injured. So that was not good.
Bob shakes it off. All right, one more. Oh,
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, that was my first fight this year, or first fight ever. So yeah, I just saw Cousin go down, so I needed to respond, and yeah, it was wild.
friend of the show,
thought-
Zuck. You giving
Yeah.
it to him there?
Hey, Zuck can throw too.
Yeah.
I actually saw you had the Finn standing there. I thought maybe the Swede was going to grab the Finn real quick, but you went after the guy obviously that hit your teammate. Yeah, hey, I want to throw out there too. You might not be aware of this. Brian, I, and Catherine were talking about this earlier. When players come on here, generally speaking, they do pretty much spectacular things the next game. So shoot that puck next game. That's the best advice I can give you.
Thank you. I will. I'll give it a try.
You're going to get a players only bomb. You'll probably be the best player maybe to ever live, actually. Yeah, it's a players only bomb, and it works every time.
Yes.
So we really appreciate you taking the time, though. Gus, thanks so much. Good luck.
Absolutely.
Keep it rolling, man. And congrats again on the birth of Bo, and keep enjoying what you guys got going on, because it's fun for us to watch.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, man.